I've got my gyro stickers. Decals. They're decals, not stickers. The reason they're called decals is because if you look up these things on eBay, do not punch in stickers. Punch in decals and you'll come up with all kinds of stuff. That's what they're called, decals. Now that that's done, this is where the rubber is going to meet the road. I'm going to have to take off my seat and my pipe to get at the back tire in order to pull the back tire off, and then I'm going to see if this bad boy is going to fit. And if it does, that'll be great. This will be the rear tire here, and this will be the front. And I've used these Pirellis for a long time. They're made in Brazil. They're basically golf cart tires. They're not, but they're Pirellis, and the Pirelli name means a lot in America. If you have something with Pirelli tires on it, it means that's what Lamborghinis had. So back when Lamborghinis were nice cars, you know, like 88.5, and then they all went downhill from there. The Countach was the last 1988.5 black on black. That's the one I want. The rest of them are nothing but just pretenders. Okay, I'm going to take the seat off and everything else off, and then I'll take this back wheel off right here, and we'll change a tire and hopefully it'll work. Well, the jury's still out on the Pirelli here. It's very close to the engine case. That's not a problem, but it's hitting on the back of the 120cc cylinder just a tiny bit. And I'm thinking maybe if I put a little more air pressure in it, it'll widen out a little bit. I know that the tire can't get any closer to the cylinder or the engine case because it's all one unit, and it's just barely touching it. So I'm going to give it a try and adjust the air pressure and see if maybe with a little bit of wear that crown's going to come off right here. Just a little bit of wear, and see if it'll work. But these wheels have got to be taken off, and I'm going to mask the tires and completely repaint the wheels. They're just a mess. And I'll probably take the wheels and shoot them with the Deltron 2. This is the one thing that bothers me about these tires. I bought this tire last year. This Pirelli right here. And it's a nice tire, except it's starting to get cracks in it. Now, these cracks are not good at all. But you can't tell me that driving 2,000 miles, or driving 1,000, maybe not 1,000 miles, hell, driving 500 miles on one of these Pirellis, and it starts to crack out when this bike has been sitting in a garage all winter, is normal. I don't like that at all, but they're made in Brazil. They're not made in Germany. And what I could do with this old one right here, there's the new one that's going to go on the front of the scooter. But I can take this old one and I could bring it over here and put it on the front wheel of the gyro. Matter of fact, if we walk over here, it's nice to have a big shop, and you know, with some good lights and things like that. And here's the gyro wheel. The original wheel on there is bent. I don't know how I bent it, but it's just bent, so it's totally worthless. This is an old tire, old wheel off of my first Dio. You can tell the blue running there. And if I were to put this tire on it, then I'd have the new front tire, because those gyro tires are 26 years old. So anyway, I think this Pirelli 3.5 by 10 is going to work. The stock is 3.0 by 10 inches. This is a little wider, a little bit higher, and I think it'll give me a little bit more stability at high speeds if it'll work. It's very, very close. It's close enough to give it a shot. And we continue.